We have a new fusion coming up. I'm going to give my opinion on it and go over if you should do the fusion event or not. Real quick, I'm going to say you could probably get away with skipping it and not feel bad at all about it. I'll go into a lot of stuff with that, but before we go any further, my name is Mr. Deity, and we're going to check out the progress of my account real quick. I am on my 8th month playing. I'm on day 242. We're going to be getting Visig soon. Excited for that. Just got Grush. Don't see myself building him. He seems decent, but I have so many projects I'm working on that he is at the, I've got like 60. He's at number 142. So gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I will be trying to make some more epic characters in the future. I am doing a new account that is in the progress of being progressed right now. So those are a couple of things I have going on. The next thing I'm gonna be working on is Faction Wars. Okay, I slacked big time on Faction Wars. Just how it is. I didn't really know what I was doing for a very long time playing this game. Still technically don't know what I'm doing, but I have a general idea now. I did not go and do my Faction Wars most days. So I am full focus that. I was at like stage 5, I think, of this earlier today at reset, and I got all the way up to there. And then Lizardmen I already have done. There are some that I finished, some that I can finish, but there are a couple that I'm going to struggle with. So Orc, I'm at 24. I don't know if I have any Orcs. No, I have 0 Sylvan Watchers. Sylvan Watchers sucks. I have tried that one, and I think that's what pushed me away from doing Faction Wars, is like, I don't want to build up all these characters. It's the only faction I don't have a legendary character for. I don't want to build up a bunch of characters that I'm only going to use in Faction Wars, but I'm at the point where I'm probably going to have to do that because I want to get Lydia. Lydia seems awesome. Being able to stop revives, that has to have a lot of value. That is one of the main things I'm working on. Other than that, it's slightly progressing my Hydra a little bit, which brings us into the new fusion character. Click the link in the description right now to get the Void Legendary Champion Supreme Gallic right away by entering promo code Supreme6, as well as 4 other additional epic champions as you progress. What you need to do, you need to log out of Player and Play on your PC and uninstall. Then click the link down in the description, reinstall using a new email. From there, complete the tutorial, then go to your mailbox. That's where you're going to receive your Supreme Gallic, as well as Tagoar, Ugo, Rector Drath, and Fane as you progress your account. Don't miss your chance to get an amazing start in Raid, and click my link right now. New fusion character is very heavily Hydra focused. When I was a new player, there was a character that came out as a fusion that was for Hydra. Hydra is hard, okay? Especially as a casual new player. Now, the hardcore players will be like, oh yeah, this will be great for you on a new account. You're probably going to progress pretty slow, okay? Unless you're balls deep in Raid, for lack of better terms. You're playing at like 8 billion hours a day, and your goal is to progress in every single aspect of it. It's going to take you a while to get to Hydra. I was pulling characters. I wanted to get into PvP. I wanted to see what the live arena was. That's one of the big draw points for me to Raid, was they introduced live arena. So like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to give this game a full-on shot, and then I end up loving the PvE of it, ironically, and that's what I play it for. But during that first little bit, I was looking at everything, how I could get into the live arena, climb higher in arena, things like that. But at the beginning, people told me that Scorid would be great. I mean, you don't have any characters for Hydra, so why not go get Scorid, and like, he's going to benefit your account a lot. Now, I went and did that, but I still didn't mess with Hydra. I got him within the first 2 months of my account, but I didn't get to do any Hydra. I think this was actually my first fusion, but I didn't do any Hydra for a long time because it was hard. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, yes, you look up guides and all that, but if you are a new player in casual trying to go for a Hydra character early, in my experience, you may not end up using him for a very long time. Now, Scorid rated very high in Hydra and Spider, but I've already got a hard Spider 10 team. But this is just the case. This is what happened with him. I use him for Faction Wars, and he is a little ungeared right now because I moved his gear at some point, but he was part of my Faction Wars team. So his whole skill kit is about Hex and placing debuff spread and things like that. So he's overall just a solid damage dealer. I may end up building him up soon, but I do every fusion. The only fusion I've ever missed was Thor. So let's go ahead and pull up the fusion character now and get yapping about that. So here's the new fusion character, Lysanthir Beastbane. I, again, am going to do him. I do all fusions. I missed Thor and I regret it. That was just a bad time. I think I had some IRL stuff going on and stuff with the other games I played. I just couldn't commit to it. I started and then I fell off, and then I was like, I'm doomed. So that's a bad thing with the fusion. You have to commit to it from the start. If you think you can do it, but don't fully plan out the fusion event and that you have enough summons and everything, you'll get to the end and you're going to have to spend money in order to finish it. Okay, that's what happened to me the first time. That's what happens to me almost every time I do fusion, is I end up spending money. So skipping this fusion will make the next fusion easier. That's the best thing, as long as you save your summons, okay? I know there's gonna be summon events you're gonna want to summon, but if you save your summons and save your gems, the next fusion will be a breeze. So you won't even think about it. You'll just go in and do it, especially if it's an insanely good character. Now, this character, defense scaling, you can tell has an aura for defense. All of his skills, we can't see what the damage is based off of, but it's gonna be defense, I would assume. So now we'll start with the first skill. Attacks on enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 75% chance of placing Hex. Usually anytime you see Hex, you think, okay, this is probably gonna be good in Hydra. And then it places a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. So it gives himself extra damage, which is exciting, meaning he's going to be a hard-hitting character. That's his job, is to sit there and nuke, but he's defense scaling, so he has a chance of staying alive at the same time. He's going to take less damage. I love HP scaling characters in games. They just allow for more flexibility, I guess, instead of just taking a character that's really squishy, hits super hard, but if it gets hit one time, it dies. This is just an easier character to play with. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 20% chance of repeating this attack. I don't know. I haven't watched any other creators' videos on this. I'm still newer to Raid, but this sounds hilariously fun. Okay, attacks one enemy 2 times, a 20% chance to repeat the attack, which if you repeat the attack, don't you get another 20% chance to do it again? So can't you attack 100 times on one skill? Couldn't that happen? Isn't that, or is it just locked to one time? I have a feeling it's locked to one time, but if it's not, imagine every time he attacks, you're sitting there, especially if you're watching, like going to Hydra, and he's just going, that sounds fun. Okay, if that's the case, this is gonna be one of my favorite characters to play with. Now, the next part, when this champion counterattacks or teams up with allies to attack an enemy, so say I have Mikage on my team, I do her skill 3, it pulls all my characters, it's gonna use this skill instead. It won't use the skill 1. And then damage inflicted with skill increased by 10% each time an ally is devoured. So Hydra. I mean, Hydra is where you get devoured. I don't know if there's anywhere else in the game you get devoured. Let me know. I have not found it yet. Next up, we have attack all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed. It's AoE to hit. With skill ups, it's going to have 100% chance. So if you're at like 50-50 chance of hitting with your accuracy, say you don't quite have enough, a decent chance you're going to land that. It's not bad. And then the 25% weaken, meaning you're going to do more damage. If the target is under a hex debuff, place this debuff before attacking, meaning it's going to place the weaken and you're going to just do more damage. That's pretty good. Nothing bad there, nothing crazy there, but they're both on 3-turn cooldowns. That's kind of exciting. Cycling back into his skills insanely fast. Lastly, the passive will ignore life barrier and ally protection. I don't know where else has life barrier, ally protection. You see it occasionally in arena and things like that, but would you ever use this champion in arena? I don't know. I don't think I would, but I am new, so maybe it has some use case elsewhere. I don't see it personally, but other players have much different and more experience than I do. Increases champion defense by 5% for each active buff on this champion. Stacks at 50%. So increases champion defense by a lot. I mean, Hydra, you're going to have a ton of buffs. The thing is, Hydra's to be trying to suck your buffs off like it does. But if he doesn't have his buffs sucked, he'll have a lot of defense, which is fantastic. So, and then his aura is a defense in all battles with 20%. But either way, he has a lot of survivability, and I'm assuming he's going to hit pretty hard. Defense scalers generally in any game I've ever played, HP and defense scalers won't hit as hard as the attack scalers, just how it works. But never know. I'm really curious the multipliers on this, and I'm really curious if this is going to be how I think it is. Okay, the attacks on me 2 times, 20% chance of repeating the attack. If that can just go and go and go, oh, it sounds so funny because you'll count. It'll make doing PvE fun. I love characters with gimmicks like this in games because it's just complete RNG, make them decent, but have them have the chance to just go nuclear for a turn. And just imagine dual attack with Mikage, get like 7 hits. It sounds cool. Okay, so let me know if that's the case. I might be dreaming here, but it'd be pretty cool. So that is my opinion on the character. Don't think you need him. I'm gonna get him. I do all fusions. Probably, especially if you're a new player, just skip them and focus on saving your resources. Do your daily stuff, progress your account, and then the next fusion that comes out, slam it if it's a good one, and you'll be in a much better spot. The thing with this is characters that can be used in multiple locations are always better than a hard focus design character. So fusions like Newt. Newt can be used everywhere. That's amazing. Now, this can only be used in probably Hydra, maybe 1 or 2 other types of content. And then like Fabian. Fabian's really good in Arena, the character we just had for the Valentine's Day. Really good in Arena, but not, or was it Valentine's? Either way, it's the most recent fusion character. Fabian, really good in Arena, but I don't know where else I'd use them outside Arena. I'm sure there's a couple places, but any kind of general character will be a much better pick, is what I'm trying to say. A support character that affects more than one area, or a damage dealer that can be slotted into multiple locations. Both those would be fantastic. Hopefully that's what's next. I think every newer player, because I'm still pretty new, a lot of you guys watch my videos are pretty new, something that benefits newer players more would be fantastic. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.